probably 80 or 90% of the reason why guys bowl good or bowl bad is the mental game. And I think it's one of the things that separates like good players from elite players. And we've seen it with Jason. Jason, I think, is the best on tour at the mental game, and he's so like focused on what's happening right now, not what happened and not what can happen. He's so in the moment all the time.
The mental game is everything, really, because everybody out here throws it great. You know, like everybody here is a professional bowler. I mean, hats off to those that can strike that much every game, all day, for multiple days in a row, because that takes a lot of mental grind to know that you need to strike, but also do it so much.
I agree.
Balmore agrees.
Everyone out here is insanely good. Everyone can repeat shots, everyone can bowl. Everyone can string them when they have a good look, but it's the ones that are able to manage when they don't have good looks, or just kind of manage through blocks using their head and using their brain to kind of wait for that moment to where they actually have a little bit better of a look. So
I went through a summer myself where I didn't bowl very well, and physically nothing had changed. It was just mentally not having the confidence in myself, and once I kind of reinstalled that, I got back to bowling really well.
That's extremely important. I mean, there's weeks where I just, you just kind of close your eyes and you're like, all right, I kind of got to accept what's going to happen here.
The mental game on the tour is more than half the battle out here. You can take yourself right out of events just by, you see a lane pattern you may not think is perfect for you and you're done. Your mental approach can really put you over the top.
And then there's weeks where you've got a good look and you pay attention to what's going on and you bowl well, and then there's weeks where you pay attention, you know what's going on, and then you make a flippant mistake and then you kind of unravel from there. So it goes hand in hand with your physical game. Once those two link up, you're going to be as good as anyone.
I feel like that's a big thing that I've worked on in the past 12 to 18 months. Really helped me excel a little bit, stay calmer in the events, and be able to just have a clearer picture of what I'm trying to do and the shot I'm trying to execute. Because without a strong mental game, when the screws start coming loose and the wheels fall off, there's pretty much nothing you can do but just grind to a stop.
The mental game is what separates everybody. I think word experience is something that I've always used for my career, and the guys who come out on tour now are so good at it, and they have the whole package.
It's important. I mean, you got to be able to reset. You got to be able to focus on the task at hand. There's a learning curve to it too. I mean, it's not just something you come out here and you just start bowling. There's very few guys that can come out here and just start winning right away. And it all goes to, back to your mental game, getting it stronger and prepared.
The old school kind of stereotypical thing is if you bowl bad, you go have a beer and, forget about the day. And now it's a little bit more about figure out what you could have done better, learn from it, and maybe still have a beer or two, but maybe not as hardcore as it was back in the 90s. But the game is evolving into more of what major sports like football, baseball are getting to, where mentally you have to be prepared just like you're physically prepared, and being ready to fight through those inner battles within yourself and knowing how to overcome that.
You could throw it physically amazing, like you could throw it better than God. And if you don't have a mental game, it doesn't matter. But you can have a physical game that's quite questionable, but if you've got a mental game that's better than everyone else's, again, it just doesn't matter. You're gonna win more times and be up there more consistently.
You can make a lot of mistakes, but you have to be committed to what you want to do mentally. And no matter if you're making the wrong or the right decisions all the time, if you have confidence, it's gonna turn out pretty well in the end.
It's difficult to win a title without having a good mental game, and that's why it's so hard to compete out here, because everybody's so good mentally. Obviously, everybody has their off days. Some people have their great days, so everyone's mental game's just so good out here.